We do not speak on their behalf. The following contains language in an adult manner and poorly impersonated celebrity voices and parodies. Listener discretion is advised.
What is up, everybody? This is Lord Lorcan, and you are listening to the WNO podcast. On the next episode, you're going to see Donald Trump getting fucked by Kim Jong-un. Stay tuned.
I dug it.
Nice.
Now, instead of just, you should probably say the same thing, but instead of saying fucked, be more descriptive. That'll spice it up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, be real descriptive and just nasty with it. Let's see where you go with that.
Oh, God. What is up, everybody? This is Lord Lorcan. You are listening to the WNO podcast. And right after my segment, you're going to hear the soothing sounds of Kim Jong-un's cock going in and out of Donald Trump's anus. Listen for the drip.
See? That's the one.
The drip.
That's a print. Welcome to the Devil You Know, episode 95 with...
Live from Skid Row.
Park Avenue leads to...
Skid Row.
What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Ain't no shootings happening at a Skid Row show this week.
No way. Why is it happening at a country thing? Like, what is it about country that people hate?
I mean, I guess I can kind of understand. It's country.
Do you think this guy was like a secret Muslim or something? Because like they hate
secret Muslim.
They hate this country, and country music kind of represents this country. You know what I mean? In a sense, as much as baseball does, or apple pie. If you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. But,
I don't know. I don't know if I can make any assumptions of his religion, but I will point the majority of the blame, at the way our media reports shit nowadays.
Oh, they're corny, dude.
I mean, if any psycho wants to go out with a bang, they know that they can just do a mass shooting and they'll be the most talked about person in America for the next month. It's just, the way we report on things is, the media has blood on their hands as much as that asshole, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I mean, the media is at the Sacramento airport by my house interviewing people that are flying in from Las Vegas the day after the shooting. I mean, how fucked up is that?
Come on. Yeah, leave him alone.
Yeah. Well, I'm hearing now that they're saying that I think his girlfriend was saying that he was showing signs of little bit of craziness, little mental issues going on with him. So, as he's getting older, I guess. That hasn't been confirmed yet. That's just kind of her suspicions, I guess.
What made her, like, she didn't say exactly what he did? He didn't start.
The only thing I've heard so far is that he sent her away. Now, I don't think that she knew what he planned on doing. But I don't know. I think that's one of those things that the FBI has interviewed her. They haven't really given out all the details of that yet, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So as you're listening to the show, by the time you hear this, we might know a lot more, but at the moment we're still waiting on the details for the shooting. But
yeah, today is actually Wednesday, and then what's weird is we already recorded Circle of Jerks right before the shooting, so that's not a part of the Circle of Jerks, unfortunately, but it's all good. Now, what do you mean by he sent her away? Like he banished her from the land, or like he sent her to Hawaii?
Like he knew he was slipping and said you should leave town. Because I think she where did she go? Somewhere. I think she's Asian.
Philippines or something. She was in the
I think she probably has family there or something. I think he sent her there because she was Asian herself. So
right.
Asian.
So
was this guy? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. That's probably what happened. He had yellow fever.
Okay. Yeah, if it's anything like cabin fever, look out.
I think one of the important things that we all need to remember and keep in our mind is that everybody's quick to jump on we need reform gun laws, and things need to change with gun owners. Yeah, and
Right.
I think the important thing to remember is you are never going to take the guns away from the crazy people and the bad people. This is America, and there is a gun behind every blade of grass, and it doesn't matter what laws you put in place, it's not going to take them away from the bad guys, because the bad guys don't follow the law.
Right.
It's just going to take them away from the law-abiding citizens.
Oh, the amount of arguments I've already had about
Yeah.
this in the last 24 hours, and people have had to delete from my friends list. It's just stupid, man.
Yeah.
I think that's just a shame to have us divide over such a stupid thing, too.
If you think about this, everybody's dividing over everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It does seem like it's getting worse.
And no, I like it. Get the fuck away from me if you're an idiot. Don't drag me down into your stupidity. You know, gun laws, like you said, they only hurt the law-abiding citizen. They always have. That's not an opinion. It is historical fact.
Right.
It
Everybody's
only
saying
hurts
that we
people
need
that
a
obey
waiting
laws.
period to buy a gun. Well, I live in California. There's a 10-day waiting period to buy a gun. Now, I already own a whole safe full of firearms. If I'm going to go out and do something bad, why would I go buy a gun and wait 10 days? Why the 10-day wait shouldn't apply to somebody who's already passed all of the rules? And if I own 30 firearms, why do I need?
Well, I think
to buy another one?
this guy, I think they're talking about this guy. If he ends up having a, if his mind is slipping because of age, that may end up becoming a new factor. Is being checked up, I guess, for mental health. I don't know, but he won't back down.
Yeah, I live in Arizona. I have a CCW. I can walk if I have the cash or whatever, or credit or whatever. I can walk into any gun store, pick it out, pay for it, and walk out.
Yeah,
That's crazy because I live in California. I have a CCW and I have to wait 10 days to buy a gun.
Right, and why?
California.
Yeah, I have 3 guns on my card. I can carry 3 guns at any time. But
What do you mean 3
guns? Buy
guns?
one and I have 3 guns that I'm permitted to carry at any given time on my CCW card in California.
Wait, they limit it to amount of guns? I can carry 7 million guns on me. If I want.
No, I have to prove proficiency in front of the sheriff.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to,
I don't get it.
They want to make sure you can shoot the firearm accurately. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I hate most about all this bullshit? Every time something, it's when the guy ran over people in the riots and Antifa crap with the car, or a couple people ran down some people with the car. No one talked about reformed automobile, laws and shit. Nobody talked about, maybe, you got to go through some special crazy licensing, before you get a vehicle. Oh wait, you already do. Yeah, just like guns.
Just like the Boston Marathon. I mean, you can still buy a pressure cooker. You can go to Home Depot and buy a bunch of bolts too. So
right. The thing is, what they're doing, and people that are pushing for gun control and stricter gun laws, they don't realize it. And this is not a conspiracy theory. This is based upon historical fucking fact. Governments that are tyrannical will take away the guns, and they will do it by force, which never worked, or they'll do it by you feeling more secure for your security. And that's what's going on here. They're slowly degenerationalizing and breaking everybody down about it, and more, less guns, until they just do what they want with you. It's happened in history over and over and over again. Mass genocide, because they were weaponless. They couldn't defend themselves. People don't realize that these things are not just for hunting. They're not just for target practice. They're not just for self-defense against a criminal or a murderer or a rapist or a madman or whatever it is. They're here, written in our Constitution, that the words say shall not be infringed, means no law can infringe upon it. All these gun laws are actually unconstitutional, and it's your right and duty to not follow them. Sure, you'll get in trouble locally and stuff, and you have to prove it and spend a lot of money and all that crap, but they can't get you for it, man. It's unconstitutional. That's why I love Arizona, and that's that.
Well, all the law-abiding citizens do understand that as well. Over the summer, there's a ban on high-capacity magazines in California, and what constitutes a high-capacity magazine is anything over 10 rounds. So everybody that has a 30-round magazine for their .223 auto-loading rifle is now a felon. And they gave there was a month-long amnesty period where every gun store was required to have a box that you can go in and surrender your 30-round magazines, or any magazine over 10 rounds. You go in and you drop it off, and there's no questions asked. Last I checked, I think they got less than 10 in the state of California. I mean, if that tells you...
Who constitutes 10 as high capacity? Who dictates that?
I don't know. That's the California law.
Who wrote the laws?
Not allowed to, I don't know. The governor is the one that I think enforces it.
Got to work on getting those people the fuck out of there, man. If they're not constitutional, they're not. They should not be in government. But
well, that's up to the voters.
Yeah.
For the longest time in California, you could buy a magazine rebuild kit, which was essentially a stripped down 30-round 223 magazine. You just put it together and you have a magazine. There was just no butt plate on it, no spring. You just buy it all as a kit.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's always a loophole for every bullshit law.
Yep.
And like I said, it's never going to stop the bad guy. You're never going to stop the bad guy.
Yeah, criminals don't give a shit, man. They don't care about your laws and your restrictions and your guidelines and your rules and your regulations. They don't give a shit, and that's the problem. More crime happens in gun-free zones than anywhere else. I don't know when people are going to fucking wise up, man. It's so dumb.
Right.
They're not gonna. That's not gonna.
The other scary thing too. I mean, the three of us frequent concerts, and you know when you're going into a concert, you can't carry your gun because there's metal detectors to walk through. So all of those people
not
in that
here,
crowd,
but go ahead.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But in California, I don't know about Nevada, but in California, you go through a metal detector to go to a concert, and you get a pat down sometimes as well. So all of those people could have been sitting ducks. It would have been in California if that were the case. If the shooting happened in California, that's scary. You're in a crowded field full of people that aren't armed, and you have some wacko from a high-rise building shooting at everybody. I mean, how do you even defend yourself? You're sitting ducks.
Well, I mean, and
the government doesn't want you to
the distance they had. I think even a handgun that you could carry in, I don't think would have been that benefit.
Right, I would agree with that. You're
shoot
about
upward
15 yards
at that
maximum. Yeah.
I know some guys that are amazing shots that with a handgun could have taken that dude right out. Anyway.
Right handgun.
Yeah, totally. But it's just crazy. I mean, everybody talks about the woulda, coulda, shoulda and what we need to do, but the last thing we need to do is go after guns, man. The guns aren't the problem. They're here to protect us from people like this and governments that are trying to get too fucking ballsy. It's just, people are stupid, man. And we're going off on a tangent. Let's start the show.
B. Timing. In every successful situation, one of the most important ingredients is the proper timing. In the performance of a magical ritual, timing can mean success or failure to an even greater extent. The best time to cast your spell or charm, hex or curse, is when your target is at his most receptive state. Receptivity to the will of the magician is assured when the recipient is as passive as possible. No matter how strong-willed one is, he's naturally passive while he is asleep. Therefore, the best time to throw your magical energy towards your target is when he or she sleeps. There are certain periods of the sleep cycle that are better than others for susceptibility to outside influences. When a person is normally fatigued from a day's activities, he will, quote-unquote, sleep like a log until his mind and body are rested. This period of profound sleep usually lasts about 4 to 6 hours, after which the period of dream sleep occurs, which lasts 2 to 3 hours or until awakening. It is during this dream sleep that the mind is most receptive to outside or unconscious influence. Let us assume the magician wishes to cast a spell on a person who would usually retire at 11 o'clock in the evening and rise at 7 o'clock in the morning. The most effective time to perform a ritual would be about 5 o'clock in the morning, or 2 hours before the recipient awakens. It is to be emphasized that the magician must be at his peak of efficiency, as he represents the sending factor when he performs his ritual. Traditionally speaking, witches and sorcerers are night people, and understandably so. What better schedule on which to live than the sending of thoughts towards unsuspecting sleepers? If only people were aware of the thoughts injected into their minds while they slept. The dream state is the birthplace of much of the future. Great thoughts are manifest upon awakening, and the mind that retains in conscious form these thoughts shall produce much. But he who is guided by thoughts unrecognized is led into situations that will later be interpreted as fate, God's will, or accident. There are other times in each person's day that lend themselves to the receiving of the will of the wizard. Those times when daydreaming or boredom ensue are when time hangs heavy off fertile periods of suggestibility. If a woman is the target for your spell, do not forget the importance of the menstrual cycle. If a man were not dulled through his stifling evolutionary development, he would know, as an all-fours animal knows, when the female was most sexually inclined. Man's snout, however unsullied by cheap opiates, is not normally equipped to ferret out such telltale erotic scents. Even if he was so endowed with such olfactory powers, the object of his quest would not likely throw him off the scent to the use of massive doses of perfumery to cover and smother the offending effluvium, or eliminate detection completely by the astringent action of powerful deodorants. Despite these discouraging factors, man is still motivated to desire or be repelled, as the case may be, by his unconscious recognition of the change in a woman's body chemistry. This is accomplished in the form of a sensory cue, which is olfactory in its nature. To go backwards in what would amount to return to the all-fours animal would seem to be the best exercise for the conscious application of these powers. But to the squeamish might smack of lycanthropy. There is, however, an easier way, and that is to simply ascertain the dates and frequency of the menstrual cycle of the woman who is your target. It is immediately before and after the period itself that the average woman is most sexually approachable. Therefore, the magician will find the sleep period during these times most effective for the installation of thoughts or motivations of a sexual nature. Witches and sorceresses have a much greater range of time in which to cast their spells toward the men of their choice, because man is more consistent in his sexual drives than woman, although there are many women with equal or even greater lusts. Day-to-day timing is not as important. Any man who is not already drained of all sexual energy is a sitting duck for the proficient witch. The time of the year following the spring equinox is the most fraught with sexual vigor in a man, and he asserts himself accordingly. But the witch, in turn, must work her magic stronger, as she will find his eyes will stray. Should the fearful ask, is there no defense against such witchery? It must be answered thus: yes, There is protection. You must never sleep, never daydream, never be without a vital thought, and never have an open mind. Then you shall be protected from the forces of magic.
All right, episode 95. John, I like my Lorcan like I like my coffee, with hazelnut.
Hazelnut and white and creamy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Well, you just gave it away. I'm going to say Adam, who's got our guest. You already gave it away.
We have
Lorcan hazelnut.
Yeah. We have Satanist Lorcan Black in the studio with us today.
Satanist?
Yeah!
Wait a minute, did you say what? What'd you call him?
Satanist.
Title?
He's got
Satanist.
a title now.
He's a Satanist.
Well, what do you know? You got something fun in the mail.
Yes, I did, and it was this
You
amazing.
got mail!
Yeah.
Honestly, answer me this. It's a yes or no question, but isn't it just a really great feeling to get some correspondence from Central?
Yes.
Excellent. Good answer. No, it is. It's very exciting. It's honorable. It's humbling. It's awesome.
What was funny is I got the email and they said that they were going to be, responding in the positive. So I was already stoked there, and then I was like, for the next week, I'm like fucking running out to the mailbox every day, like, is it here? Is it here? And so finally that kind of mellowed out. And then yesterday when it finally showed up, I was, like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
They just sent me my my Podcaster of the Year award signed by Peter and Peggy themselves. I got it hanging up right here.
Great.
Awesome. Awesome.
Man. Yeah, but honestly,
only true Satanists can see it.
When you get that and you're looking at the certificate and your new title and things like that, it really reminds you, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I think I'm speaking for others. It reminds you to be diligent in all you do, and just stay on the course, and keeps you focused on who and what you are.
Honestly, yeah, it does. It's the after you've read it, it's you read those words on that certificate. It's kind of, you get this overwhelming feeling like, well, oh shit, now the game is on. It's like now I've got to hold it together. It's like I feel like there's more of a responsibility on my shoulders now. So.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I've got to. I almost felt like maybe for this podcast I should try and speak a little more sophisticated.
Why would you do that?
You try. Why? Yeah. What podcast do you want again?
or I should just say fuck a whole lot more.
Yes.
John, I was just thinking it would be cool is like we should actually work this out with Central, where when they send somebody their new certificate, when they open up the envelope, that Amy Pitt's voice does that hell yeah as soon as you open up the envelope.
Yeah, that'll go over like
hell yeah.
That'll go over like a fart in church. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read. Those birthday cards. You gave me an idea. Those birthday cards where you could record like your own thing in there.
That's right.
I'm gonna send Jared a birthday card, and when he opens it, it's gonna say
Vagina.
Just send him the Mexican version of vagina.
Oh, the Irish Mexican. All right, we're getting off track, kind of like Hurricane fucking Maria.
Don't even.
Yeah, totally.
Don't even joke about it.
I know,
I don't need
dude.
more time off.
Yeah, I know. Don't get. I don't know.
Don't
man.
get dead.
Don't get dead. We'll talk about that later.
Coming for you. They're coming.
I know. Lorcan. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's a Freudian slip. I was thinking of Dorian, and I was addressing Lorcan. Has anyone ever done that? Is it just me? What an asshole.
No, I mean
it's like the Voltron powers, we come to stack on top of each other. It's Dorkin.
nothing.
Dorkin Shopperts.
Hey,
What'd you say?
nothing but respect for you, Mr. Slaw.
Slaw. I don't get it.
Me neither. So it's all right.
Fuck. Why did I do that? All right, Lorcan.
So Lorcan contacted me because he has this song that he wants to debut on our podcast here.
Yeah, tell us about the band first.
All right. Well, this one of them is Brackish Tide. It's a band I've been with for about a year now. For this one, I'm just the drummer. Now, I mean, I bring songs to the table.
Just a drummer.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean, just the drummer? I've been drumming for a long time. It's not just the drummer.
Well, when I refer to it that way, I mean because in my other project, in Eyes of Octavia, I do everything. So with this, it's a lot less stressful. I just really have to focus on putting a beat to it. You know, I mean, I help write and I help construct, you know, the overall arrangement of the song, but it's still a lot less on me. So
nice.
In this Black Tide, I'm just the drummer.
Hey, you know what they call people who hang around musicians? Bassists. I don't know.
True enough.
Sorry about that for all of my bassist friends. True that.
You're funny.
They only got 4 strings. That's easy.
Shit, I have seen 12-string bass guitars.
I was talking about the 4 ones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I will always give it up to the bass players, man. They take a lot of shit, but I'm telling you, man, some of these, especially one of the guys that has helped me out.
They take a lot of shits? What do you mean?
They take a lot of shits.
Yeah, when it's time to load in.
Yeah, they pretty much.
Yeah. All right, so let's play this song. It's from Brackish Tide. It's called Carpe Noctem.
Yeah. In the dark woods where the Satanists go.
Your drum playing sucks.
Dude.
Satan is real.
Is this really you?
I'm going to stop it. This song sounds awfully familiar, man. You're saying
You know what?
What?
It's I'm sorry. I may have sent you guys the wrong file.
Oh, wait a minute. I clicked that. Oh, wait a minute. No, you know what?
That's actually the song. That's actually the song I used to pleasure myself to. So.
Nice. No, I hit the wrong. Oh boy. Let's try this again. Actually, it's Adam's fault. He sent me the wrong file.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Of course.
All right, everyone.
Not Satan is real.
I know. That's a badass tune. Do you know that's Wheeler Walker's favorite tune?
It is. He got me turned on to it.
He got you turned on.
That's right.
Let's. All right, listen. Brackish Tide with Carpe Noctem, an exclusive premiere on the Devil You Know podcast.
I kind of feel like that song took me away.
Yeah.
That was really good, dude.
Hell yeah. I love that song, man.
Yeah.
Many thanks. Many thanks. Before you say anything else, though, I think you should all take a moment, take a deep breath, reflect on what just happened, because nothing will ever be the same.
Well, I can attest to that because I have this little fan blowing on me now, and my dog is in the hallway farting, and so it's just coming right through. So like that song is ever going to be linked for me to that dog ass. So.
Well, that's just fucking great.
Just waiting for me to walk in. So.
No, you know what? I'm just personally very critical of vocalists, but the music. Right on, man. It rocking and shit, and you're right in the pocket. It's good, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. For being just a what?
Yeah. For this, it was I played the drums, but
just a drummer.
I also, if you listen close, you'll hear my vocal on the second half of every chorus, and yes, I do the high pitch. The high pitch vocal.
Let's play it again so I can hear that. Hold on here. No, okay. Can't take up that much time. No, that's really cool, man. Congrats on the band, and we look forward to hearing more coming out of Brackish Tide.
Oh yeah.
What does Brackish Tide mean? Just for those that don't know. I know.
Well, a lot of the folks out here down in the sticks live close to the water, so. They wanted to make the band name kind of a reference to the water. So,
that's not what I thought it was.
Isn't Brackish Tide like when the salt water?
Brackish water is where salt and fresh water meet.
Salt and fresh water, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was named that before I got there, so don't give me any shit.
No, I would have got it wrong. I thought it was Latin for whale's vagina. Wait.
Vagina?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
San Diego.
John.
Right.
John. It's Yugoslavian for whale's vagina.
It's Yugoslavian. Anyway, so when you do Eyes of Octavia, that's like just you alone, right? So
yeah,
you're not only just the drummer, you're just the singer and just the, guitarist and all that, right?
Just the bassist, just the keyboardist.
It's just the fucking band.
You're just the band.
It's kind of like your sex life. It's just you alone.
That's pretty much it. Did you guys talk to my wife beforehand? Did she just tell you every fucking thing?
I'm not gonna get her in trouble, man.
Yeah, we can't say. We're sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so that one's a little more expensive on my behalf because I take all the financial burden on that. But it is fun because I have complete creative control. I can do whatever I want.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Let's listen to this one. It's called "Inside My Pants." Or wait a minute, "Inside My Mind." My bad. I wrote it wrong.
Hey, and this is just in case you don't even know this yet. This is also a premiere and an exclusive because nobody has heard this song before.
Woohoo! Nice. All right, cool.
This is like a two for one deal for you guys tonight.
Well, thank you. That's how I usually do it.
Yeah.
"Inside My Mind" by Eyes of Octavia, where Lorcan Black is just the band.
eternity of insanity was given to me. I am the lost, could never be found, trapped in a world, destroyed by the sound of my own voice, disgusting to me, blistering words of my own deceitful tragedy and vanity, holding on to the only friend that I've ever known. Reflection is mine from the world in a sad time. Now here is the door, and I am the key. This is not a dream, but reality. Lost within my screams, hidden in my dreams. How can I forget the life I've had? Broken down inside, nothing left to hide. You see, I'm already lost inside my mind. Stuck on a path for which I'm the one, creating all the madness for whom do you show as the only plan? Am I just a man, or God walking earth disguised as a man? I'll never know, friend or foe, no one to believe and no one to show that the power is mine. I'm one of a kind, believe in me now or you'll be next to die. You will die, oh so slowly by my hand. Lost within my screams, hidden in my dreams. How can I forget the life I've had? Broken down inside, nothing left to hide. You see, I'm already lost inside my mind. Lost within my screams, hidden in my dreams. How can I forget the life I've had? Broken down inside, nothing left to hide. You see, I'm already lost inside my mind. Inside my mind.
There you have it.
Right on, man.
So you did everything on that recording?
Except for the guitar solo. But yeah, everything else was me.
Okay.
You got
you're
some,
a regular old, satanic Paul McCartney there.
Yeah. You got some pork chops.
Well,
Is it
thank
pork
you
chop?
very
Oh no,
much.
it's just
I-
chops.
I-
It's just chops. You got some chops. I messed up.
I'd like some pork chops, though.
I'm just
Sounds
hungry.
good.
So, what inspires you to do that?
What, that song or?
What you do? Yeah, you wrote that whole thing. You recorded that thing minus the guitar solo.
Yeah, well,
Some musicians do.
What was funny with that one, lyrically anyway, I wanted to write a song from the standpoint of a crazy person. Someone he's locked up in an asylum, in his padded little cell, and always he's got is his mirror, and he stares at himself all day long. And it's like, what would he say to himself? So I started writing, and I kind of, once I started writing, everything just came out. Whatever I wrote is what I sang. I didn't go back and correct anything. So when I started writing the lyrics, that everything you heard is what came out in one sitting.
Oh, cool.
So, and I wanted it to be it kind of incoherent and just scatterbrained and not make much sense. You know, it's supposed to be a little nutty. So.
So where did Eyes of Octavia? What is that? And where did you get that from?
Eyes of Octavia is my baby. I used to be in local bands around the area, but out here on the shore, you can't. It's hard to find musicians who are really into putting in the time and effort, and especially money, to see projects through.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because I could play everything anyway, and I had so many ideas of everything, I just started writing everything in its entirety, and I just kept writing songs and just kind of keeping them on the back burner. And once I had enough to do an album, I decided to kind of bring just this little solo thing to life. But now I've got 2 albums worth of material. I've got 19 songs, and so I'm going to be bringing out 2 albums if all goes to plan by the end of the year.
Oh, cool! Very cool,
wow.
Man.
So you told me you played some really cool shows, with some big touring acts. Want to tell us about that?
Yeah, before I was in a band called Aggravated by Fault, and we were lucky enough to get some pretty good shows. We opened up for Soilwork, Warbringer, Nazareth. We even got to open up for David Allan Coe, which was very strange.
Did Antifa show up to that?
No.
Well, that's good. Nobody likes them.
But and what was funny is we got a personal invite from him to do that show, and I don't think he must have picked our name out of a hat, because it was just it was not. He was doing a country set that night, and we just did not fit the bill at all. So, but it was fun.
Done a few shows like that.
Yeah.
Right on.
Sweet, man. So, I mean, you do the music thing. That's freaking awesome. Your day job, you're a correctional officer, I hear.
I'm a correctional officer by day. Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Those who utter the word guard need be smite from the planet.
Tell us about that. Like, I mean, you've probably got some like awesome stories of like shit that went down, because shit goes down.
Yes, but not nowhere near as often as people might think. It's basically a babysitting job for adults. But when shit hits the fan, it usually hits the fan pretty freaking hard. So, but do you
ever smuggle things in for the guards up your butt? We won't tell anybody.
Only CDs.
Yeah.
This music.
No. So I ask this of every prison guard that I come across, because one of my best friends here in California is
you come across prison guards? Ew.
Well, I do. We've had one on the show. I mean, so his favorite
face?
He didn't get it.
What's that?
You said you come across prison guards.
Right. So his favorite thing to do to an asshole that's getting booked is you gotta squat and cough and spread your cheeks. So he makes them squat and cough and spread their cheeks, and then
Comes
you have
across.
to actually open your mouth like with your fingers to show that you get nothing in your mouth. They actually taste their ass. Do you make prisoners taste their ass?
No.
No.
Are you going to now?
Yeah, actually, now, thank you for the idea. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go right to work and the first one I see.
It's always for a good story when you hear about the the results of that.
Yeah. My mouth tastes like shit. No, where I'm at, I'm usually just posted on a tier, so I don't get to welcome them in the door.
Gotcha.
I just get the fun people once they're already settled in and ready to serve.
All right, so what's the craziest thing that you've, witnessed or go ahead.
Well, I would say honestly, the most violent thing I've seen happen to one person was basically a blood out. He wanted to be released from the gang.
Right.
And in order to do so, he had to get what is called a $150, and that is where they slice you pretty much from ear to lips to guarantee that you're going to get at least 150 stitches.
Do they say why so serious when they do it?
Yeah, why?
Right.
That sucks.
I wish they would. Yeah, it was. There's a lot of blood when something like that goes down.
Oh,
I bet.
You ever catch two dudes getting frisky?
All the time.
Really?
All the time.
Does it smell like asshole?
I don't try and smell.
It's open ass.
No, it's highly discouraged. I mean, they're not allowed to do it, but they do. I mean, yeah, fuckers.
Because it's like is it maximum like?
Where
security?
I am, it's medium. So we get minimum and medium security.
Medium length.
Yeah. Medium security, maximum
It's
length.
mostly white guys.
No.
So do you witness a lot of racism in the prison?
It's absolutely full of it.
Segregation, sure.
It is, and what's funny is they do it to themselves. When you go into the prison, you kind of see. Well, hopefully I don't piss a whole lot of people off here. You kind of see how people want to be. It seems that way anyway. The whites are with the whites, the Hispanics, the blacks.
Well, is it really as much of a want to be, or is it more of a I need to feel safe and protected? So the smart move is to go with the guys that look like me.
Well, it's not so much, because a lot of the fights that happen are within their own color. I mean, blacks are beating the blacks, white are beating the white.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're not getting a whole lot of crossover. So.
Ooh, let me ask you this. Now, there's like a fashion craze going on where these guys walk around with their pants, under their ass or down by their knees and shit like that. Do the prison guys laugh at those guys because that's like a sign of being gay? That you're open to an ass fucking, and these people on the street don't know that? Do the prison guys laugh at that? Well,
honestly, they do doing that, and it's fucking retarded. But I mean, it that whole thing started in prison. Yeah, you're right. They drop your pants below their ass to let everyone know that they're completely willing,
available.
Yes, they're taking applications. But
it's like cleavage, but
Yeah, they try. Honestly, they try and do it in prison, but we always, every time we see it, we make them pull their pants up.
I mean, at least there you can. At least you can, like, hey, pull your damn pants up. Unlike around here, you gotta deal with it.
Didn't their mama teach them nothing?
Around here, you just drive up to them really close while they're walking along the side of the street and just open their door and just smack right into them right before you get them.
I mean, you just walk up to them and push them down because they can't run after you.
Exactly.
I hate that shit so much. Oh, I've seen a video before where a guy ran up to him. He was like, "Pull up your pants," and as soon as he started running after the car, he fell right to his face. It was great.
That's the stupidest fashion craze in the world. I don't get it. You know what? Let them keep wearing it,
Yeah.
dumbasses. All right. Anyway.
Is it still a thing? Because it's been around for a while now.
It absolutely is. But what's funny, it's gotten worse because now, have you noticed that all the young kids are wearing the skinny jeans?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
even that's not really new.
Look
but
at my
yeah.
little dick. Yep.
But now these dumb bastards are sagging the skinny jeans.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I see these kids on the street in skinny jeans hanging below their ass on skateboards.
From a utilitarian standpoint, they're not. You can't. It's useless. You can't run. You can't jump. You can't get away if you have to or do something. And you can't.
Well, apparently
fight.
they can skate.
You can't. Yeah, right. But you can't fight. You can't protect yourself. You're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but why do you think the jails are overrun? It's because they're finally slowing themselves down so they can get caught.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway.
I don't either. But you know what? I mean, honestly, people have come up to me, and like, "Oh, dude, what's with the fucking rock shirts and the leather jacket and the fucking do-rag all the time?" And it's like, well, this is kind of like my own personal style. This is how I dress.
You wear a do-rag?
Yeah.
Just to keep the nappy hair down? What do you need it for?
Pretty much. I'm sorry. I've gotten used to speaking the prison lingo. Yes.
Word.
Yeah, exactly. Know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
You feel me?
Yeah. Word to your home pickle slice. All right. Anyway. So what else you got? Any stories about some stabbings or maybe crazy?
Oh no, there's
gang action?
There's plenty of times where people are getting shanked. I mean, they make these fucking weapons out of everything possible. It's crazy. Some of the things they make this stuff out of.
They'll sharpen a toothbrush, right?
They will. They'll sharpen a toothbrush, and but the places where they'll hide them is just amazing.
Where do they hide them?
Well, they'll take razor blades, and they'll cut a bar of soap directly in half, put the razor blade inside, and then put the soap back together. And you can't tell. They hide in the bottom of chapstick.
A simple magnet would be able to tell if there's something in it.
Well, yeah, but we're not giving those.
Bring your own magnet.
Yeah, right. If I tried to bring anything like that in, they'd say I was bringing it in for them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Standard issue shit only, huh?
Yeah, we get a pair of handcuffs and a 4-inch tall can of pepper spray. That's it.
Magnetize the handcuffs.
Yeah. I'd be
Dr. Wizard.
I'd be stuck to everything I walk by. Everything's metal in there, John.
All right. Can you wear jewelry like a ring?
We're allowed to wear one ring on each hand.
Nice. Wear a magnet ring on your pinky.
But like I said, my hand's gonna be stuck to
everything's metal.
Everything's metal.
And then when the riot, he'd be in like a crucifix pose when the riot happens because he'd be stuck on a fucking door.
Dink, dink. Oh, shit. Oh, that sucks.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had to pour hot water down a dead man's throat so it didn't look like you let him die?
What?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
I've seen plenty of grown men naked because of that fucking place, but I've never heard of anybody pouring hot water.
Have you ever seen a crisp, clean $20 bill?
I've heard about that before.
Say it again.
Adam, you go.
No, I know somebody that is in like high level crazy people prison, and I've heard stories about because you're essentially a glorified babysitter at that point. And your job is to make sure they don't kill themselves. So if you're not doing your job and you find a dead person, you need to pour hot water down their throat to make sure that they have a good body temperature when they are discovered, so it doesn't look like you were not doing your job. So I was just curious.
Well, honestly, I've never heard of that, but if you're doing your job, then you don't have to worry about that.
Sure. I mean,
we're
sure you don't.
we're required to walk around.
Wink.
Yeah. Shh, guys, come on. Don't give away all of our secrets.
Right.
Nah, but we're supposed to walk around one time every half hour, which doesn't. It still gives them plenty of time to hang themselves, and they've done that. They know, because as soon as we walk by their door, they know they've got a half hour before they'll see us again.
Huh.
And it only takes a couple minutes to hang yourself or slit your wrist. So I mean,
I bet they ask you what time it is a lot, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They should have like an area for that, like just allow, like, if you'd like to exterminate yourself on site, there's a room here for hanging yourself. Or
yeah,
that's pretty reasonable.
Man, and
Dr. Kevorkian.
It really is a sad time. The inmates are treated so good, it's unreal. They don't serve time anymore. They don't. I don't care what anybody says.
Do they get massages and stuff?
No. Well, they're allowed. They give them to each other.
I mean, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's not.
If you can be free or be in a room next to two dudes with open assholes going at it, I'd rather not go to prison. It's not that great.
Yeah, but honestly, if you talk to a lot of them, they feel at home. They're with their family. They're taken care of. You figure they're given 3 meals a day. They're given clothing. They have cable. They have flat screen TVs. They have Xboxes and PlayStations and radios.
What?
And all of the religious material they can handle. They go to work. They get free schooling.
What the fuck?
They get free. Yeah, I mean, it's free
kids that are grounded have it worse off than them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They have everything you could possibly want.
Dorian, if you and I went to prison, would you give me a massage?
From the neck up.
You massage my head? Nice.
Sure, yeah, why not?
He didn't specify which neck. Ah.
Yeah. I didn't say
How
shaft.
with Dorian, I get a tattoo. You give me a tattoo, right?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
You do some jailhouse tats.
As long as Lorcan looks the other way, don't take my machines.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. I've busted a bunch of people for getting tattoos, and what sucks is you run up on them, and you have to. They've already got everything out. They've already been tattooing. There's blood everywhere. One of the last ones I've done, I ran up on there, and when I was going to grab the homemade tattoo gun, one of the other officers was like, "Stop! Don't touch it!" And I heard turn around, and they're like, "Why?" And they're like, "He's got AIDS."
Oh yeah, fuck.
You don't wear gloves?
Well, you do, but it's just the fact that you're rushing in and you're grabbing a handmade tattoo gun, so there's a needle in it.
Wait,
so you have to want to be careful. But,
so they keep the people with AIDS next to the people that don't have it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's their own fault if they want to cut each other or fuck each other, whatever.
Ooh, this made me think of something, Dorian. I'm going to ask you a question, like I'm interviewing Dorian here. But when you give tattoos, does anybody look you right in the eye the whole time?
This is back to the Dorkin thing.
Wouldn't that be weird?
Somebody looking me in the eye while I tattoo him?
Yeah, they just look into your eyes the whole time. Is that creepy?
Yeah, that would probably be. Yeah, I guess so. But you know what? I just pushed down a little deeper, and they changed their view real quick.
Okay.
All right, so good. Knowing that when I go to your shop to get my tattoo, I'm never gonna fucking look at you.
Look away! Look away!
Nice. So let's talk Satanism, man.
Oh yeah, we do that here.
Yeah, we do that here. How old were you when you discovered Satanism?
When I discovered Satanism, all right, I was 27 years old.
Wow. What are you now, 28?
No, I'm 37.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where was it? Was it a bookstore? Was it a cool witchy chick's house? What was it?
Yeah. No. No. It's honestly, it was kind of, it was an accident. It was on April the 11th.
Whoops. That was an accident. Go ahead.
Did you have an accident? Do you need a moment?
No. I already had my moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. So what happened?
No, it was on my birthday, April the 11th, in 2007 or Yeah, 2007. And I was on the computer, and I have no idea which website I was on, but on the sidebar, you get those little things that pop up every once in a while that lets you know celebrity birthdays and people that share your birthday. And
oh yeah, that's Pornhub. But go ahead.
Damn it! Stop telling everyone, Brian. God damn it! You better edit that out. My wife finds out about that, I'm in deep shit.
Be a man. Go on.
Yeah, I know, right?
What's she gonna do? Not help you rub it out?
Pretty much. God. She makes me do it alone in the corner.
Well, you make music anyway. All alone. You might as well fucking have sex all alone.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling through and everything, and I come across this black and white picture of this guy with a bald head and a snake around his neck, and that right there grabbed me. I was like, man, this dude just looks badass. Who the fuck is he? So I click on it, and
who was
Anton LaVey. It was Kenny Rogers. It was Kenny Rogers. And,
nice.
The Church of the Gambler.
Yeah, pretty much. So I clicked on it and started reading all about him and what he had done, and Satanic Bible and all this stuff, and it had just had my interest peaked. So within the next couple of days, I ended up going to my local Barnes and Noble, and went to the shelves, and there she was sitting right there. It was just one copy staring back at me, and after a few minutes of staring at it and looking back and forth and making sure that the fucking Catholic police weren't there to arrest me, I picked her up and took her home and started reading it, and nothing's quite been the same since. It was fantastic. It was definitely eye-opening.
Nice.
To finally read something that hit home.
Yeah.
It was, you're kind of reading your own story there a little bit. So.
Right on, man.
Yeah, very cool. Did you tell family and friends that you're like, hey, I'm a Satanist?
No, absolutely not. Not right away. My entire family is diehard, Christians, Catholics, and she's passed now, but I had the type of grandmother who would go into her bedroom 4 or 5 times a day and read her entire prayer book. And I had.
She didn't like bingo?
Yeah. That's at nighttime.
Oh.
Daytime she prayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where you kind of, I knew who I was, but I knew if I told people, I was kind of going to be cast aside. And I had very young children at the time, and I felt that they weren't ready for it. So I kind of packed it down and buried it away. And I kept on following the family thing for a while, and I got to the point I just couldn't take it anymore. I was going to church for the sake of everybody else, not for me. And every word that came out of the guy's mouth, I'm always just sitting there with my head down, just shaking my head. This is just such bullshit. I'm tired of hearing this. And then last year, 2016, I was once again online. See, the World Wide Web saves me every time. So,
porn.
Yeah, pretty much. Porn. Goddamn it, it was Pornhub. This time it was Xtube. Okay, it was on the side. But yeah, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and this post comes along promoting the Satanic Warlock. And as soon as I saw that post, it's like everything just kind of came flooding back. I remembered everything that I had read and everything I'd felt, and everything kind of came crashing down because I was already fed up with the whole religion thing. And my kids were older. I was in a I felt I was in a more stable place. So that was it. I burst out of the closet. I told everybody. I told my parents, my kids, wife. I mean, my wife already knew. She already knew, but she was real good at just going along with me for me.
Right.
But yeah.
So what they do? They kick your ass? What happened?
My parents kind of just looked at each other and asked themselves where they went wrong. And it's funny because that's like literally exactly what my dad said. He looked at my mom and he was like, where'd we go wrong?
Wow.
So
nice.
But my brother just insists that he beat me in the head too much. So
yeah.
But now I'm fucking out and I'm ready to roll and ain't nobody gonna stop me now.
Hey, your wife is a Satanist too, right?
She is. She read the book. She read the book not too long after me, and she was right on board, and she felt the same way. And that's one of the great things about her is the reason me and her headed to each other when we were so young was that we were almost everything we were into was the same. From clothing, decorations, movies, music, everything. And
so you couldn't find a way to fuck yourself. So.
What, your wife's name's Stacy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is she around?
She's actually at work right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask her something.
So.
It probably wouldn't benefit you, so don't worry.
No, I wouldn't.
If you ask her how big it is, she's going to lie.
No, I have no desire to know. Yeah, anyway. All I know is it's not larger than Robert Leuthold's.
Well, from what I hear, I don't think anyone's is. So.
Nope.
Well, I think it's time for the question, John.
Yes. What does Satan mean to you?
Satan means to me Fidelity. No. Well, I'm going to say basically what I tell everybody when they ask me what my idea of Satan is or what it means to me is I am Satan. With every choice I make and every opinion I give, Satanism is me. And as my opinions change and grow, my Satanism changes and grows. So, in my world, I am Satan.
All right. Nice. No, Lorcan, we want to thank you for coming on, man. Seriously. Keep up the good work, man, with the music. Just keep at it, because it's coming together, man.
Yeah, you got some talent, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It does. It takes some talent and skill to be able to do everything on your own. Like, who's that guy? Mark, I swear I left her by the river. That guy? You know what I'm talking about? No?
No.
Ringing any bells? No. Anyway. I like that guy.
Yeah, I keep myself in a little bit. I'm writing a couple of books at the time, at this moment too. So.
Oh, I didn't know about that. What are they about?
Well, one of them is
Smells of a Prison.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a scratch and sniff. Yeah.
It's called Ass to Mouth. But one book.
To rule them all?
Exactly. One book to rule them all. Now, one is about a demon, and it's sort of in the form of a diary. Each chapter is a day and his existence and him telling his story of all the atrocities that he's done. And
is it 24-hour day? Is he bound to Earth time or?
Well, no. It's just kind of. I don't put a time frame on it. It's just. I give a date, and then I just unleash. And some of the stories I try and actually bend around actual historical events.
So then it does go by our time. Essentially.
Well,
it's got dates and shit.
Star dates?
yeah, but it's not like the TV show 24. You know, there's not like a fucking clock. So
that would be cool. Like if you put the time at the bottom of each page, because then it would force people to read at a particular speed, and then they would know they're stupid if they can't keep up with the time signature down at the bottom.
We'll see, but I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with my own book, and that's really not good, you know. So, but yeah, so I keep myself busy.
Cool, right on, man.
I'm sorry.
It's hard finding time between listening to all your episodes anyway. I mean, there's not much left. So
can't blame you there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Elvira for some reason. No,
Oh,
somebody's texting me a bunch of old Elvira pictures of her nude, all redhead and nude, and looking at me like, "What's up, big boy?" You know.
It's not me, so.
Wow. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for coming on, man. We're gonna get the hell out of here because I got to look at these pictures a little more closely.
Oh man.
You enjoy Elvira.
Move it up.
All right, man.
I'm gonna go check up Pornhub. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hurry up before Stacy gets home. Till next time, everyone. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.